Good morning, dear students. In this video, I'm going to discuss about another type of natural resource, which is land. Land is a resource from where we're getting almost every resource, including water, food, commercial products, minerals, fuels, but not everything, every resource we are extracting from the land itself. And the land is basically a renewable resource. But because of human activities, as we are interrupting that renewable process, regeneration process of soil, as it takes 200 to 1000 years to form 1 inch of the soil, now it is becoming non-renewable, but basically it is a renewable resource. And because of human activities, because of our developmental activities, including modern agriculture technique, construction of various buildings, roads, construction of dams, industries, releasing the effluents from the industries into the soil. Because of all these developmental activities, land getting degraded. And another reason why the land gets degraded is because of our population. As our population is exponentially growing day by day, we require a lot of shelter and food. We require job facilities, and for that we require industries. For the exponentially growing population, land is getting degraded because of our developmental activities. Even because of our activities, there is a change in the climate which even affects the land in terms of imbalancing the environment, so that we don't get enough rainfall. Because of that, land gets degraded. And the major reasons for land degradation are waterlogging, salinity, soil erosion, and climatic agents. Soil erosion is the top fertile layer of the earth, which can be removed by various factors, as naturally by wind or water, is called as soil erosion. And accelerated soil erosion is due to overgrazing, deforestation, and mining. Coming to the soil erosion, which can be induced by either water or air or wind. So water induced erosion, or because of flow of water, it causes different types of erosions, which is sheet, rill, gully, stream bank, or slip erosion. I'll show you the images so that you can understand easily. This is what sheet erosion. There will be a removal of a layer of the soil along with the water and results in the appearance of like this. It is called sheet erosion. And rill erosion is a finger-like grooves in the soil due to the flow of water. It is called rill. And gully erosion is just the flow. Because of the flow of water, it leads to a stream like structure formed, that is called as a gully erosion. And rill erosion and gully erosion have a basic difference, that the gully erosion is much deeper than the rill, and the stream bank erosion is whenever the water flows in one direction and it takes a diversion to some other way, then it just take away the side soil like this, appear as appeared in the picture. And this soil can be removed along with the water. It is called stream bank erosion. And slip erosion. Slip erosion is complete lowering of the soil. It is called as a slip erosion. And there is another cause for the erosion, which is wind. And wind erosion, we can't basically classify into different categories, but just it depends on the soil particle, granule size of the soil, whatever, wherever we observe the soil erosion, varies from creep to saltation or to suspension. It just depends on the particle size of the soil. If the particle size is very minute, it just can taken away from a small from a place to a larger distance. It is called suspension. If the particle size is much more smaller, more than this, and then it just shifts from one area to the other area very nearby. So there, that is called saltation. And if the particle size is still larger, then the just soil particles can move a bit. That is called creep. And because of either suspension or saltation and creep, soil may loses its fertility, or even because of the water also, soil loses its fertility, and it may become unfertile for further cultivation of crops. And how can we conserve soil? Soil conservation can be done by various techniques. One basic thing that farmer can follow is crop rotation. The same type of crop should not be cultivated continuously. If we go for crop rotation, soil can have a time to retain its fertility, and then it can be suitable for the growth of same plant again after 1 year or after one particular crop. And we can go for salinity management. And another techniques what we can use is contour plugging or terrace farming, alley cropping and strip cropping. uh, Terracing or contour plugging, these two are generally used in a sloped area. And the terrace farming is carried out on slope mountains, where we are just cultivating, creating a flat area to grow the crops. That is what terracing, so that we can minimize the flow of water in the sloped areas, and so that we can retain our soil fertility. And in contour plugging, this is also generally done in the sloped mountains or sloped areas itself. But in contour, in terracing, we may take any type of contours or any type of terraces formed. And but in contour plugging especially, we follow the natural pattern of flow of water. We are creating a flat area for uh, cultivation of that particular crop. And alley cropping is we plant number of trees in between the crop. This is called alley cropping, and it can provide protection, and it can, the conservation is possible for the crop, and we can improve the productivity also, and the farm income can also be increased by that. And strip cropping means we can cultivate in rows, and one row can be of one crop, another row alternatively another row can be uh, another type of crop, so that we can avoid the spreading of diseases even, and we can conserve the fertility of the soil. This is a strip cropping. By using all these techniques, we can conserve the soil fertility, so that the productivity can be increased, and we can meet the needs of the required food for the growing population. Thank you.